Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Butter What. Is this the Butter What show? Can we call it, Tommy?
The show?
We're calling it a show. We're recording this live in front of a YouTube audience on June 1st, 2021, and this is mostly unscripted. We have a few notes, but we don't have a script. We're just going to do our best. And Brian and I have with us today Tommy Trebuchet, and he's in Louisiana today, and he has an interesting. I don't know if it's a problem, but he's looking for a solution. So I guess he has a problem, and it has to do with these alligators that are floating around in this other window over here. But
Should I talk about the alligators?
Tell us about the
Yeah,
alligator.
definitely.
Awesome.
Why are there alligators near you, Tommy? This is a very good question.
Well, thankfully, there's not alligators near me right now, but there were. In fact, there were about 30 alligators that had come and gotten really, 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 really close to us. So I grew up in the bayous in Louisiana.
Jeez, there's two right there.
Born on the
too.
bayou.
Oh my.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And
I'm counting these in the video, Tommy.
In the video, you might see maybe 15 or 20 of them. But yeah,
my God,
born in the bayou.
one.
And my uncles raised alligators. My dad had a shrimping boat, and so I kind of grew up like this. People of salt of the earth, people that like made their living off of the land. And well, two of my uncles got together. They got themselves an alligator farm. And in fact, if you search for Alligator Mike, there's a great YouTube video for one of my cousins, Alligator Mike, where he gets a kind of close encounter with an alligator. And it's fantastic. I hear some typing.
I'm typing
going
that
on.
in. I'm typing that in.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'll probably add a YouTube link to that later on. It's kind of an interesting video, and then like near the end, it gets really fascinating, where the alligators can have a close encounter with my cousin. So, anyway, we were visiting there and kind of checking out the alligator farm because it's been a while. The Trebuchet area is what it's called, and well, they actually own an alligator farm. And they have an interesting problem where they will currently go and get a helicopter and go find out, hey, where are these alligator nests? And I was thinking this would be interesting because you can do this with drones now. You don't need to rent a helicopter. Just get a drone and maybe even using some AI, like is this a hot dog or not type of AI, if you're familiar with Silicon Valley.
Tommy, these are not hot dogs. These are alligators.
These are not hot dogs. These are alligators. But essentially, is this an alligator or not? And having that type of AI built into it, and it would be kind of interesting, being able to have a drone go across, take a number of pictures, know exactly the GPS coordinate, and then be able to relay, hey, look, there's a nest right here. There's another nest right here. And bring these back and forth to the owners of the land.
I have a question. See, I have a lot of questions, Tommy, but now I'm wondering.
You see this video, there's a lot of questions.
What do you do with this information? What do you...
So like, what they do is...
Do you go get them, or do you stay away? Is that a...
No, you go get them. My dad's actually been bitten by an alligator. But he's got like nice little teeth marks that have gotten onto his hand. But yeah, you go get the alligator, get some of the eggs. There's a certain number that they have to bring back as part of the conservatory. I don't know
Look at their legs going in the back there. My goodness.
They're like part swimming, part crawling on the land. Yeah.
Oh my.
Tommy, you said you weren't. You said you weren't close to them, but you're flying a drone, and the drone. It's like saying. You're really close to these alligators.
If we fell in, I'm sure we would have been dinner. We were that close.
Yeah.
But we weren't close enough to be dinner. We were close enough that if we had made a mistake, we would have been dinner.
If Pat and I were flying on the bank of the swamp or whatever, I'd be eyeballing Pat and deciding if I had to outright outrun Pat or if I'd have to trip him first and make sure that I was the one who escaped.
It's a good plan, Brian. It's a bold
Fair
move,
enough.
Brian.
Again,
That's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how that worked out for him.
again, you don't have to be the fastest person. You just have to be faster than the other guy.
Well, you might have to be
So-
pretty fast if there's 15 of them, because one will get me, and then the other one will get one. There's enough of them. Look at you.
No,
and that's you right
solidarity
there, Tommy.
in numbers.
Is
They
that
just-
you?
Yep. I think that one is me right there. Yep, that's me walking off. And then there's a little levee you can kind of see where the truck is on, and that's where I'm about to land the drone.
This is where you put a Chevy.
On the levee.
Yes.
Yes, well done. Well, I
But
like
that
that.
that levee was dry,
Oh
Pat.
no, this
But
is a very moist levee.
Tommy was drinking his whiskey and rye. and singing, "If the alligators get me, this will be the day that I die."
Oh,
I'm gonna,
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
go back to the beginning because I'm just gonna leave this playing while we talk because
This is-
it's fantastic.
this is fantastic.
This is awesome.
So, as you can probably see, there's like each of these little dots there, and they start moving. Are alligators, and we had just gone blackberry
buffering.
picking. Oh darn! So we had just gone blackberry picking, and you can see my dad throwing the blackberries. And funny enough, he throws a blackberry, and it hits. So yeah, maybe I should talk a little bit about where I'm right now, because again, as I mentioned,
Sure.
I'm in the ends of the earth. It is a city called Grand Isle, Louisiana. It is right on the Gulf. So whenever I think it was Sweetwater was the oil rig that blew up, and all the oil was coming into the land, this is the land that it was coming into.
Oh, that doesn't sound
But
tasty.
That doesn't sound like fun.
yeah, that was not as appealing. But there was interesting because there's tar balls. All these little tar balls would come up, and they were like little balls of sand plus tar that
Don't
would
eat
kind
them.
of get roll up. And no, you don't eat them. But what my dad did do is once
You deep fat fry them. You bread them.
no,
You serve them at the state fair.
yeah, you batter and fry that. Put a little bit of eggs and no. But what he did do is you got all the tar boils, and this made for a really good bonfire, because the New Year's
Oh,
we
I
have a
can
good bonfire,
imagine.
have all this wood, and throw the tar balls on there, and like all this beautiful blue and green and orange and yellow smoke, exactly what you expect smoke from a bonfire to look like, started coming up. And as my wife would say, it looked like the ghost of Tim Curry was voicing it as it was coming up, and
Awesome.
just really looked horrendous and all sorts of non-natural colors. But that's where I'm at right
Sounds
now.
kind of cool.
Yeah, it kind of was. And
Yeah.
it wasn't a don't be downstream from this or downwind from this.
Without any kind of ventilation, I would expect.
Yeah,
We've been doing a
sort of
bad job,
PPE.
Brian.
I disagree
We've
with
been
this. I think we're
we've
doing
been
a
ignoring the
fantastic job.
chat.
No,
there's
I've
a
been
chat?
reading
Have
all
you
of
really?
it. I've been reading everything.
What?
Yeah, there's chat in
YouTube.
Not in Riverside, but the YouTube live stream has some chat. If you check out the,
Oh, well, hold it.
we'll have to edit this out. But if you go to the Butter What channel and join the live stream, you'll want to
Yeah,
mute
be
it. But
careful because it'll
yeah,
just
we got
reverberate back.
It'll-
Yeah.
We got Lieutenant Data booing our joke about the levee being dry, and Wyatt Derp talking about tracking elephants from space by NASA, and then our good buddy Alexander Corville
Has a
Alex,
drone
of,
recommendation
Core
for you.
Creates has some particular and specific drone recommendations that'll
Ooh.
work out well.
Yeah, I would totally trust what Alex says.
But before we
yes.
tell you what Alex said, what do you find folks out there in YouTube land think? Did Brian and I do a pretty good job today? If we did, you can let us know by hitting that like button down there, or maybe you want to leave us a comment and let us know if we're doing a good job. And if we didn't do a good job, that's something you can leave in the comments too. You can tell us why we were wrong, what we did wrong, how stupid we are. You can tell everybody you don't like my haircut.
We live stream the recording of these episodes on the first Tuesday of every month, and we're inviting you to come join us. Make sure you subscribe to the Butter What channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future live streams and episodes.
You don't even have to wait until the next live stream. You can come and hang out with us in Discord and participate in our community over there. There's a link in the description. So if you want to check that out, you can definitely do that. For tuning in, and I hope we get to see you next time.